Hello and welcome to Fox Farm. Unfortunately, it's a little cold outside right now and we've got quite a bit of snow, so it's going to be difficult to do an outside review, so we're going to do a quick little tabletop review. This is the brand new, just launched Taurus GX2. We'll do a quick little unboxing video here and show you what to expect when you purchase yours. First thing, you do have an instruction manual. You do have your warranty information card to register to get that limited lifetime warranty, which is a nice feature. One extra magazine. These are a 13 round magazine, so the capacity obviously is 13 plus 1. You have your firearm, you do have a gun lock. Move this out of the way. You have a chamber flag there. I doubt the camera will pick it up, but it actually does have the Taurus logo on the chamber flag, so there's a few extra pennies that they spent. I'm not sure why, but kind of a neat little thing there. I'll probably hang on to that. Not that I really use chamber flags that much. Nice looking firearm. It does have a really, really good look. Get the slide forward. Overall, the ergonomics are really nice. I already like the feel in the hand. It does have the GX4 style sight picture. It is a single action only operation, so while it does have a really nice trigger, you do not have a double strike capability. You are going to have to rack the slide again to get that striker cocked back for a second shot. Not a huge deal. If you're buying quality ammunition, that shouldn't be an issue at all. It's looking like this is probably going to be phasing out the G2C and G3C line. So as such, I have brought the closest representation I have, which is a PT111 G2. Dimensionally, these are exactly the same as the G2C and the G3C. It might be less than a 1/16 of an inch longer, but you can see they're very similar as far as thickness and in height. Extremely similar in overall length. Your hand does sit a little bit higher up on the GX2, so the bore axis is a little bit lower, which probably will contribute to a little bit less muzzle flip when firing the weapon. The PT111 G2 and the G2C and G3C, they do have double strike capability. They do have a double action trigger, so every trigger pull will release the striker. It's nice for follow-up shots or a second trigger pull if your primer does not initially ignite, if you're using poor quality ammunition or just happen to have a dud primer. It's not something I've really used that I can recall. One problem that I have with these is the stippling is raised up quite a lot and very aggressive, and it does rub me kind of raw if I don't have a shirt in between this and my my skin. So that's a negative for sure. The stippling on this is still very aggressive, but it doesn't stick up as much, and when you rub across it, it doesn't feel as aggressive. The earlier G series, they were almost like having 60 grit sandpaper on your side there. It was pretty unpleasant. I do also have a GX4, which this is my current everyday carry, and excellent firearm. I've had a lot of luck with this. I really enjoy it. They have pretty much identical triggers from what I can tell. They are still fairly similar in size. The GX4 is mostly slimmer, so I wonder if they haven't replaced the G2S single stack with the GX4 double stack because it's effectively about the same thickness as what the G2S was. A little bit shorter in overall height. So this does carry easier. I can carry this in a pocket. That's not something you're going to be able to do with the GX2. The GX4 does not have a manual thumb safety. The GX2 does. So something to be aware of. Overall, nice firearm. It's caught a little bit of flack because of the magazines. They went back to Brazil. Taurus was using Brazilian magazines for an extremely long time, although they actually started out using Mechgar magazines. I actually have a Gen 1 PT11, a real Gen 1 from 1997, and it actually came with Mechgar magazines. But yeah, they are, if I could get the camera to focus, I don't know if it will, but they are made in Brazil. Let me see if I can get that to focus in. Maybe not, but it does look a little bit ugly back here, where they kind of squished it together. I don't think it's ever going to affect the function of the firearm. It's certainly not going to be as pretty as the GX4's Mechgar magazines. There's definitely a difference there. I don't see that ever causing any issues whatsoever. Any rough edges or anything in the machining are going to wear in, and yeah, I don't see any super long-term issues. One thing I will get into, I hate the recoil spring in this firearm. I will actually pause this because I don't know if YouTube's going to let me tear this down on camera. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this. But effectively, all you've got to do is flip this down. Once it's flipped down, you just pull the trigger and the slide comes off. It's real easy, although it does take some effort to manipulate this. But give me 1 second and I will be right back. All right. So what am I talking about with the recoil spring? It doesn't really inspire confidence. I mean, it is effectively weightless here, and I don't know what the deal is with this plastic dongle on the end that's supposed to retain it. It just, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure some aftermarket companies are going to make, stainless captured recoil springs that will replace this. I have absolutely no doubt that like Lakeline or Galloway or somebody's going to release that. But yeah, I'm not loving that. Usually this is metal back here to retain the recoil spring. But other than that, I don't see anything in here anywhere that is, damning, as you might say. Everything is kind of standard Taurus inside here. Other than the recoil spring, I don't think you're going to have any major issues out of this firearm. And maybe you won't. I'm sure Taurus has done some torture testing, or at least I would hope that they have. But there you go, the Taurus GX2 in a nutshell. Looks like it'll be a good successor to the G2 and G3Cs. They're effectively the same in a lot of ways. You can definitely tell the grip is a lot fatter than this, or fatter on this rather. The stippling is a lot different between them. But yeah, if you have $250 burning a hole in your pocket, I actually got this one for much cheaper than that, which is part of the reason that I purchased it. I would say, yeah, go ahead. I would recommend the GX4 over the GX2 personally. Price-wise, unless you really want the double action follow-up capability, I don't know if the G2 or G3Cs make sense at this point. If they're going to discontinue them eventually, the Taurus repairs will dry up eventually. I don't even know if they're repairing these old G2s anymore. They had an issue with that trigger safety breaking over time. I've actually fired a ton of rounds through this and it's never given me any issues whatsoever. But I might do a follow-up video and do maybe a torture test on the GX2 an actual side-by-side comparison between these. I may purchase a G2C just for the heck of it, I'm not certain. I've got some older Taurus firearms that I haven't seen many videos on, some very, very old ones that I might use, so for some reviews here. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the GX2. If you want one, I don't think that you're gonna regret buying it. I think it'll be a fun, good plinker. I think it'll be accurate. I think it'll be great for concealed carry. Good size, good capacity, excellent trigger. Most people aren't going to fire 6,000 rounds through these, so odds are that recoil spring's not going to be an issue for 99% of the customer base. Outside of that, I don't think I have much else to say. Here in a few days, I'm going to try to get out to the farm and do some shooting, and I will give you some insight on my thoughts as far as shooting. I may just go to an indoor range. It's supposed to be -20 over the next week, so that's no fun. It's part of the reason we're not outside. But thank you for watching this tabletop review. I hope it's been helpful, and get out there and shoot, enjoy the hobby, and I don't got anything else for you. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Like and subscribe if you have a moment. If not, thanks for watching.